So this is the Digital Mate 8mm. I actually had to turn the ISO up a little bit because the aperture only goes down to f3.5 on this lens. So it's not as good in low light. It's also the cheapest of any of these lenses. It's also a Canon mount. So I actually have a converter. So this is the heaviest of any of the lenses. It's a lot larger because of that extra converter. It's actually an electronic Viltrox converter. You really don't need an electronic converter, but it's the only one that I have because this is actually what's called a dumb lens. You know, there's no autofocus. So yeah, it's just a lot of added weight with that extra converter on this lens. This is the Digital Mate at 3.5 and I'm going all the way in and out of focus, and as you can see, basically everything stays in focus. You really can't get a shallow depth of field even if you're extremely close to your subject with this lens. So I'm walking around in some of the darkest areas that I can find to test the low light capabilities of this lens. I've got steady shot on and it's set to 8mm, so it should be about as steady as it's going to be. You can see here how much distortion you're going to get on an 8mm lens. I can show you with my face. So it's extremely dark out here. We're going to be testing the low light capabilities of this lens. And it's on the A7S II at ISO 8000. The shutter speed is 1/60th of a second. We're filming this in 4K, but I'm going to export it in 1080p. Getting a little bit of glare, and you can kind of see the sharpness of this lens. When you're looking at light, it'd be nice if it was raining right now, but you can kind of see the glare and just see the sharpness of this lens. So this is how stable this lens is with steady shot on. Just handheld, no gimbal now. All in all, I would say that this is a pretty good lens for the money. It's definitely not the best wide-angle lens that I've used, but for the price, it's definitely a pretty sharp lens. It's really good for skateboarding. The Digital Mate or the Opteka 6.5mm. Basically, when it comes to extreme sports, you're gonna see what's called a death lens, which is usually either this Digital Mate 8mm lens or an Opteka 6.5mm lens. So it's really good for skateboarding, especially if you have a crop sensor camera. As you can see, I have a full frame camera and you can get a lot of vignetting on the side. It's actually just a circle in the middle of darkness. So I had to turn the ISO up. If you did, give it a like. I've got some of my other videos on the side, so definitely check those out. I do lens reviews, tutorials, and just videos about what I'm learning as I grow as a filmmaker. So if you guys want to take that journey with me, subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.